Today, we will be discussing about development of face. After fertilization of ovum, a series of cell division gives rise to an egg cell mass known as morula, which has 16 cells, which further moves into blastocyst. Blastocyst has blastocele, trophoblast, embryoblast. Blastocele forms the primary yolk sac, embryoblast forms the embryo, whereas trophoblast forms the placenta, which further moves to gastrulation phase. In the blastocyst, the inner cell mass separates into two layers, the epiblast and the hypoblast, and which further forms three germ layers giving rise to different cells, the ectoderm, the mesoderm and the endoderm. Mesoderm cells migrate from the epiblast through the primitive streak to form the middle germ layer, the mesoderm. The anterior rostral end of the primitive streak form the lower germ layer, the endoderm, and the cells remaining in the epiblast form the ectoderm, completing formation of the three germ layers. Germ layers are pluripotent in nature. What do you mean by pluripotent? Pluripotent is the ability of a cell to give rise to another different type of cells. All this happens in week 3. In week 4, according to the folding of embryo, we see two axes, the rostrocaudal axis and the lateral axis. In the rostrocaudal axis, as we see, the neural tube expands and give rise to primitive forebrain, which further divides into frontal prominence. Lateral to the neural tube, we have mesoderm. Caudally, that means towards tail, it has well organized block of cells which is known as somites, and rostrally, that means towards the front end, it has somatomeres. Stomatium forms between the frontal prominence and the cardiac bulge, which eventually gives rise to oral cavity. Buccopharyngeal membrane is comprised of ectoderm and endoderm, which helps in separating the stomatium to foregut, which further disintegrates to allow free communication between the two. Cauda mesoderm is responsible for neural plate formation and development of organization plan of head. Primitive pharynx has 6 thickenings of mesoderm, which eventually forms brachial arches, also known as pharyngeal arches, which are bilaterally present, formed in craniocaudal manner, that means in head to tail direction. Neurocrest cells from midbrain and first two rhombomeres migrate bilaterally, causing infiltration, hence the supporting development of craniofacial area, which leads to development of ectomesenchyme. What are neural crest cells? Neural crest cells are the multipotent cells that migrate throughout the embryo and later differentiates into multiple cell type as per requirement. We will see development of face into 3 phases. The first phase, which has 0 to 4 weeks, in which cellular proliferation and migration occurs. In phase 2, 5 to 8 weeks, in which morphogenesis occurs. And phase 3, it is 8 weeks stillbirth, in which growth and maturation occurs. As we can see in the image, pharyngeal arches are separated externally from brachial groove and internally pharyngeal pouches. We will discuss pharyngeal arches in next video, in which I will tell you what are the types of pharyngeal arches, what is pharyngeal arch, and what are the derivatives of pharyngeal arches. Pharyngeal arches is divided into 2 processes, the maxillary process and mandibular process. In week 4 to 5, the frontal prominence proliferates into nasal precotes, forming horseshoe-shaped swelling, as you can see in the image here. These horseshoe-shaped swellings are divided into 2 parts. The lateral process or the outer one is the lateral nasal process, the inner one medial nasal process. Nasal plecodes in 6th week sink downwards and form nasal pits. These nasal pits are separated laterally by nasal octic groove and mesially by bucconasal groove, which joins the maxillary process. Maxillary process fuses with medial nasal process and forms the upper lip. And this medial nasal process fuses to form the intermaxillary segment. This intermaxillary segments develops in the bridge of nose, philtrum, the 4 maxillary incisors, and forms the primary palate. Then the naso-optic groove, which is covered on top, forms the nasolacrimal duct, and the lateral area forms the lateral nasal wall. The mandible further grows into the lower jaw and fuses with maxilla to form the cheek. This is between 4th, 5th and 6th week. In 6th to 7th week, growth occurs both internally as well as externally, such as we form oral cavity, nasal cavity and palate. In week 8, oronasal membrane disintegrates at the base of nasal sac and forms primitive corona which connects oral and nasal cavity. Simultaneously, primary palate, which is also known as premaxilla, grows till incisive foramen, then forms palatine shells, which grows vertically downwards on either side of developing tongue. In 9 to 12 week, mandibular process grows and expands, tongue descends down, creating space for palatine shells to elevate in horizontal position, which grow medially and fuse. Meanwhile, ectoderm and mesoderm of intermaxillary segment and frontonasal segment grow downwards in the midline for formation of nasal septum, which fuses with secondary palate. This is the development of face. As in the previous video, I told you we will discuss about the neural crest derivatives. Neural crest derivatives have 5 types of cells: neuronal cells, pigmented cells, endocrine and paraendocrine cells, supportive cells, and mesoectodermal derivatives. Neuronal cells have sensory ganglion 5, 7, 9 and 10, spinal ganglion, ANS and ganglionic cells. Pigmented cells except pigmented retina, endocrine and paraendocrine cells which have adrenomedullary cells, calcitonin producing cells, type 1 cells of carotid body. Supportive cells have glial cells of peripheral ganglia, Schwann cells, meninges of anterior brain. Mesoectodermal derivatives, visceral and facial skeleton, cranial vault, wall of large arteries derived from aortic arches, connective tissue of thymus gland, dermis of neck and facial region. Mesoectodermal derivatives are also cephalic neural crest. This is all for today. We have discussed about development of face. Phases are divided into 3 parts, phase 1, 2 and 3. How the fertilization occurs through series of divisions giving rise to different cells, and neural crest derivatives. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. If you have any query, you can post it in the comment section and we're glad to help you. As discussed in the previous video of overview of oral tissues, here are the answers to the questions. Formation of what will show incremental lines? Answer is enamel, dentine and cementum. Dentine and pulp are derivatives of dental papilla. Hydroxyapatite crystals are present in the enamel structure. Dentine is vascular or avascular? Dentine is avascular. Nerves are present in the inner dentine only. Therefore, whenever the dentine is exposed by loss of enamel or any stimulation, a pain-like sensation is experienced. What is function of acellular cementum? Acellular cementum provides anchorage to the teeth. Maxillary sinus is lined by pseudostratified ciliated columnar epithelium. Once again, don't forget to like, share and subscribe and do comment. And if you have any query, ask me in the comment section. Thank you.